If your content isn't converting and your funnels feel like guesswork, if every new tactic ends up in a graveyard of almosts, you don't need a new funnel. You need a strategic foundation, and it starts with an audit. This is where most creators go wrong. They jump straight into building funnels, content, offers, website without checking what's already broken. So, in this video, I want to share the very first thing I now do for myself and my clients. It's what I call marketing and brand audit. Because when you think like an fCMO, the first question isn't, what do we build? It should be, what's already out of alignment? Hi, if you're new here, my name is Marjorie Torre, and I help new course creators turn their content into clients, one funnel at a time. This is the third video of my Strategy First series, where I walk you through how I'm rebuilding my personal brand with clarity and sustainability at the center. If you haven't watched the first two, definitely go back. But here's what you need to know. In the last video, I talked about how I became certified as a fractional CMO, not just for the title, but because I really wanted to understand how real businesses grow. And the biggest shift that came from that, it simplified everything for me. So let's talk about how it can do the same for you. Okay, let's be honest. Strategic leadership sounds nice, but what does it actually mean in practice? For me, it meant stopping the cycle of jumping from tactic to tactic. It meant zooming out and asking the hard questions. It meant being willing to pause the hustle and step into the role of CEO again. So instead of reacting to what everyone else was doing, I asked, what's actually working? What's misaligned? Where am I wasting energy? That's when I created what I now call starting over protocol. The very first phase, the audit, and it changed everything for me. Let me take you back. I had a thriving offer, a working funnel. My automations, they're solid. I had a mini course. People were buying, but I was stuck. And no matter how many tweaks I made, it felt off. The growth had stalled because the clarity wasn't there. So I walked away. I shut down my programs, archived my list, and took the time to really reflect. And during that time, I realized something that would shape how I work forever. I have been building funnels on top of cracks. My positioning was scattered. My offers, they weren't connected. My content was reactive. And my funnel, well, it wasn't a funnel. It was a duct taped maze. That's when I said, I am not rebuilding until I understand what's misaligned. Let me walk you through the core questions I now ask during the phase one of starting over protocol. The first thing I check would be the website and brand positioning. And let me tell you a story about why this is important. When I was starting out, I actually joined this networking group called BNI, Business Networking International, I think it's called, in Vancouver. And it's required that you have business cards because they collect your business cards and share it with others so they can refer clients your way. So we're all small businesses. And during the networking, there was someone who came up to me and said, "Hey, Marjorie, I saw your website. It's really pretty, but I still don't understand what you do." They need to understand what I do and how I can help people because they will refer clients my way, right? Point being, people has to understand who you are and what you do. So the question to ask yourself is, when they land on your website, do they instantly understand who you are and what you do? Okay. So the next thing in my starting over protocol is the content and SEO alignment. Are your videos and posts aligned with your paid offers? Are you discoverable in the places where your audience hangs out? Number three is the lead funnel and email sequences. Is your social proof consistent? Are you attracting the right people, or are you just collecting likes? And lastly, the messaging and offers. Are your offers clear and differentiated? Is your funnel leading to your most aligned service? This isn't about perfection. It's about clarity. Because if your message is unclear, your funnel won't convert. Period. Now, here's where the fCMO lens really helps. In the last video, I introduced three mindset shifts: diagnose before you prescribe, design systems, not just launches, decide based on strategy, not emotion. But what I didn't say is that none of these matters if you don't audit first. You can't diagnose without data. You can't build systems if you don't know what's broken. You can't make strategic decisions if you're operating in a fog. That's why the audit is phase zero. It's the thing that makes everything else work. So when I came back to rebuild my business, I didn't start with offers or content. I started by assessing, what do I actually want to be known for? Who do I actually want to serve? And what kind of business model supports the life I want to live? And then I started rebuilding. If you're feeling stuck, inconsistent, are constantly second guessing what to do next, you don't need more effort. You need more clarity. An audit brings that clarity, not just for you, but for your clients too. Inside my fCMO client engagements, this is always where we begin. Whether someone books a full VIP day with me or just the strategy alignment call, we always start with what's working, what's misaligned, and what needs to go. It's uncomfortable, but it's also powerful. So I want you to pause and ask yourself, am I building a strong foundation? Do I know what's working or what isn't? Do I have a strategy guiding my funnel, or am I just duct taping tactics? If that's hitting home, I've got something for you. Next week, I'm going to walk you through how to build a strong personal brand in 2025, even if you're starting over. I'll show you what actually matters, what to ignore, and how to build something people will remember without selling your soul to content overwhelm. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you're ready to get clarity in your business, I invite you to get a strategy alignment call with me. You'll walk away with clear next steps and maybe the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Links below. I'll see you there. And remember, let's build with strategy, not stress.